Hey y'all, it's the Calm Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. I want you guys to see Jamie's chart. You can screenshot it as I get into the astrology of him, okay? All right, let's get into it. Hey Soul Family, back again. I'm Erica, your favorite Astro Homegirl. And this one, guys, is going to be Jamie Foxx, okay? This was a special requested reading, and I thought today would be a great day to get into Jamie because his birthday is coming up. So happy solar return to Mr. Foxx, all right? So welcome back for those that's been riding with me, and welcome to all the ones that are new here, okay? And for those that are new, I always like to get into a little bit of the astrology first because it gives me the help and the energy around the person before we get down to business and before we get into the cards, okay? So let's get into it, all right? So I did pull his chart up, guys. I pulled it up on two sites because I kind of wanted to look into him, what he's all about, who he's all about, and then we can also look a little bit into the current transits, okay, ahead. So right now, Jamie. First, let's talk about him. He is a Sagittarius sun. You guys know him as the, famous actor Jamie Foxx, born December 13th, okay, 1967. His name is actually Eric Marlon Bishop, okay, but he's known professionally as Jamie Foxx, all right, guys? He's, of course, jack of all trades, American and actor, stand-up comedian, singer, songwriter, magician, talk show, radio host. I mean, just everything. And also, I want to add, not only is he a Golden Globe winner, but he's also an Academy Award winner, okay? So I guess you guys already know that, but I always like to just, give a little highlight on him. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Mr. Foxx is a Sagittarius sun, and he's actually, believe it or not, a Sagittarius sun in the 9th house. And that is in his house of his home. Sagittarius rules the 9th house, okay, guys? So that's really cool, really good. He has two placements there, okay? He has his Mercury also there, communication in that house. And as we can see, he is all over the world known as one of the most famous, hardworking too, I might say, also. But Sagittarius is, can be spiritual house in a sense. It's about philosophy and expansion, okay? And as we know, he's global. So, it fits right to his sun energy, okay? His moon is actually in Taurus, all right? And his moon is in his house of home, okay? So moon is what's hidden. Moon is home. Moon is what shines light on things. So by it being in his house of home, Taurus rules the money house, okay? That's the money house of the chart. That is that's the trade, all of the things when it comes to those earthly money matters. His moon being there is favored. He loves stability. Let's be clear about that. But also, when you see moon being hidden, that's not him being so flashy. If we notice him even now, he is, of course, famous for who he is, but we don't see him just out about flashy, spending money. Stability. You get what I'm saying, in a more private manner. Makes sense. His, again, Venus, believe it or not, it's in Scorpio, so let's see what it's in his house of home. So let me just say this. Allegedly, his freak number, baby, is whatever they said, the things that y'all might have personally heard about him could possibly, and probably are true, all right? He freaky, and like to have a nice, good time, all right? Let's be clear. Also, that brings power to that house, too. But I'm going to also say that even with that Venus being in Scorpio, it was hidden, taboo subjects. So it's some things that could be hidden, in like I was saying, in that house. you know, when it comes to certain things with him, all right? Just saying. Mars is in Aquarius, all right? And it's in its house of home, all right? So that's his sexual libido. That's where he takes action. Venus being in Scorpio, Mars and Aquarius, that's an interesting combination. That means that he like, you know, have sex, all of the things, but it's also about partnerships, and it's a pennies from heaven aspect. It's a blessing house for him because we always see him always, you know, in how his collaborations, his colleagues, his partnerships, how he, you know, moves, always shining out of the bunch in a group, could say, in Living Color, how he was on there. You know, a lot of the things, you get what I'm saying though, okay? Also, his Jupiter is in Virgo, but also in Virgo is Uranus. Oh, and Pluto. Wow. Okay. So I've never seen that before. That's interesting when you see those three things, because Jupiter is about the blessings. Jupiter is about expansion. And it's in the house of Virgo. And let's see, that's in his, okay, so it's in, Virgo rules the 6th house. So house of home for Virgo. And this is his daily routines. This is his health. So that's why we could see how he got sick a little bit, depending on the transit, which I want to say was in that time when they said that we had heard that he had a stroke and things like that, with that Pluto being there and that Uranus being in play. But Jupiter was there to pull him through. You get what I'm saying? So I can see that. I can see that. Believe it or not, North Node is in Aries, okay? So his Aries house, and that's what I was going to say before we get into current transits. His Saturn, guys, is in Aries. So now we can see why. And let's see what that Chiron is. Okay, so it says here his Chiron is in Pisces. Okay, so the struggle with the, you know, hidden, the Pisces is spiritual. And you can tell that he's spiritual being, even in that Sagittarius sun being there. So it's like it's kind of like some things that are hidden that he went through, you know, in the spiritual aspect. But you can see it in his Pisces house. But that Aries, again, with Saturn being present, it's the challenges in identity. Aries is how you show up in the world, all right? Who you are, the avatar that you are in this matrix that we in, okay? So when you see that, we can see how people can question over the years. Okay, is he straight? Is he, you know, bi? Like, that's the identity thing that comes with that energy in Aries. You know, what is he doing? Who is he dating? Does he date this type or that type? That's that Aries energy, okay? So let's get into his current transits, because his solar return is coming up in just a few weeks. And right now, it looks like on the horizon. Oh, and it says he's a Gemini rising, guys, okay? So let me look and see where his Gemini house is before we get into his current energy as we move into his solar return. Okay, so it's in its house of home. So communication, again, he does it so very well, okay? Beautiful voice, very talented man on so many levels, all right? So Sun now being in Sagittarius, which is his sign, okay? So that's good energy, you know, coming into his birthday season. The moon is in Aries. Pop out. So we're going to see him. I think that we started to see him show his turkey on Thanksgiving. We're going to get to see a little bit more, Jamie. You know, they show him preparing his meal. Then you have that Mercury in Scorpio. So he going to be having a nice good time, honey. All right, around this season, okay? His Venus is in Sagittarius energy now. The current transit is, as well as Mars. So this is a real favorite time. So he's looking at having a really, really nice solar return coming forward, especially at right now with the transit of Jupiter being in Cancer. Cancer loves us a Sagittarius, okay? Exalted there. So he's gonna have some favorite things, all right? Now, Saturn is currently in Pisces, so again, with that energy being there, you know, whatever hard work he's been putting in, rewards will come, okay? And that might be projects and things that he's been working on behind the scenes. Uranus is in Taurus. More power can come there, or even a shakeup. But he has a lot of favorite energy, even with the planetary alignment right now. It's looking really good for his birthday. Neptune is the industry. Again, we're going to start to see him pop out more. We'll hear more about him, you know, what he got going on, and him, you know, enjoying his birthday season as well as the holiday season too, because Christmas is ahead, okay? So that looks really good for him. All right, so let's get into the cards with Mr. Jamie Foxx and see what's ahead for him or what's going on. Let's get into it, Soul Family.
Now this turkey was not harmed in any way. They did not kill this turkey. The turkey knew the mission, and the turkey actually took its own life. That's why you see that? See how plausible that is? If that turkey had been killed violently, it wouldn't shake like that. But we want to thank Terry.
Your name is Terry? I'm sorry.
Well, I like to name her, you know, I would like to thank Terry for laying down his life that our life may ascend into the heavens. Thank you, T.
Thank you, T.
Can I get to the yams? Sweet, sweet yams. Can I get to the yams? These sweet goddamn yams. Damn these yams. I just got one question.
All right, Soul Family, welcome, 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 okay? I already blessed the cards, all right? And we are about to get into Mr. Jamie Foxx, okay? So these are his cards. And let's get into it and see what the current energy is going on around him, all right? Let me clear the energy real quick. Okay, and let's see what's up with Mr. Jamie, baby. It is his solar return coming up, like I said, on the 13th, which is shortly of this month. We are at the end of the year, guys. And this year is the ending of this year 9. And I know a lot of y'all are thankful on a lot of, you know, that this energy is, you know, we get into the end of this year, you know. We're going to talk about it, too, in the upcoming full moon videos. But let's get into Mr. Foxx, okay? So, okay, let's get into it, baby. I got a lot of new little stones, and I'm so happy about even my little money tree. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's so cute. And I also got a, you know, 7 chakra tree. The tree is very important. The Iami is what we call an Ipa. The mother's big mama, the tree of the witches. And I know that you guys know it as the tree of life, but the oak tree is the only tree, guys, that has that's hollow inside. And that's where the Iami, the spirits, live in that tree, believe it or not. And if you go to a village, any village, always remember this, and just say that my girl Erica taught me this, that if you go to any village, just remember that where the tree starts, the sacred tree of the Iami, 1,000 feet from that tree, just know that life begins there. And you will see life of village, people, and all living things. All right, so let's get into it. And clear the cards first with this. Okay, this is a new deck. I got so many new little decks. I've been having a fun time ordering all kind of little stuff. Got some real cute angel messages cards for y'all too when I do y'all all zodiac signs, okay? So let's do it. Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, 13. What is the Fox got going on? What's his current energy right now? Jamie Foxx. Fox, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Came out in a cologne. Okay, sit right there. All right. Jamie Foxx. Current energy. I know him right now. Let's get the box up. So, okay, I'm going to take it. Thank you, Spirit. Box. His box. Ooh, shit. All right, we're going to, seem like a lot, but might need to be some things said. So, let's take it. And it's funny because that one fell last. So, we're going to take it just the way it fell, okay? Sorry about that. Oh, actually, two fell. And I do read them sideways. So that's the way they fell. That's exactly how we're going to take it, okay? So let's put that there. Let's move these over a little bit. How about that? Make some more room. I want to add some extra messages. Seemed like more, he had more to say than we knew, huh? All right. I like to always do that and that. Take one. So let's give me any extra messages. I'm gonna make it Jamie Foxx. Any extra messages on Jamie? Extra on Jamie. Yep. We got it. Okay. Oh, head looking. Let's get into it, okay? So let's flip them all. We might as well. All right. Okay. Let's see what's going on with our boy. Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna. This is a new deck, so never mind me. I'ma ask, but that's funny. Where did they go? You can read them this way. Move them down. I'm gonna ask. And I'm gonna keep that up. No, I'm fine. There you go. Okay. Perfect. Now let's get into it. This is interesting that he's getting a lot of the same messages, so I'm gonna leave it like this and like that as a focal point as we start the reading, okay? All right. Okay, so the first message in energy, let me unpack. He has the Two of Wands, okay? So he's in motion, believe it or not. And remember, he's a fire sign, and wands represent, fire sign energy. And so he's charting a course ahead, all right? Making plans. He has opportunities around him. He's in a place of visualization, even discovery. Discovering new ways of doing things, discovering and visualizing the opportunities that are in front of him, plans that he's putting in place, and he's actually getting ready for future. So we're going to see some really new projects and new things coming from Mr. Foxx, future planning in this energy, all right? And he's like considering all his options. And it's interesting because, you know, Saturn went direct just within a few days ago. Remember, it was a Mercury retrograde and Saturn has been in retrograde. And it's interesting because now Saturn going direct, time to, you know, charting that course and moving forward to the new, okay? So he's in the place of decision making and making, you know, new and good things happening. So we're going to see some new things and projects coming from him, okay? He's in his, you know, fire sign energy. He's in his strength. You know, strength is an invisible force, guys. So it's like he is coming in strong. He's confident right now. He's feeling good. He's, you know, moving forth with his, you know, self-beliefs. And just know with that Two of Wands here is infinite potential ahead for Mr. Foxx, all right? He's in his personal power. And, you know, he is influential. So we're going to see that, you know, come about more and more. I told you, you know, he's spiritual and that's hidden. But you're going to see more wisdom coming from him moving forward. And it could be, you know, through his voice. And, you know, he has so many talents. And when I say voice, in the way he sings, just a lot of different things. But just look forward to, you know, new things coming. He is really, really strong right now. And I'm really glad to hear that, you know, considering that, you know, he had a setback of, like, I think they were saying like a stroke or something, you know, in the past year, okay? Now, the Two of Swords is here, which, you know, it's like when you're looking at him moving forward and making plans, that's what we were talking about. Past energy, you know, was an energy of just, you know, not really seeing what was going on in front of him. You know, he could have, you know, the obstacles that were in his path that were holding him back, you know, even really decisions that he made that weren't so great, okay? So when this energy came about, it might have been people, situations, and things around him that he wasn't willing to see the truth, you know, and why things declined or how he got into the place that he got of, you know, illness. And illness is a lot of things, guys. Remember, illness is in the mind. Illness is not just health, okay? Remember that, because whatever you stress upon brings illness upon you, all right? The Wheel of Fortune is here, okay? Again, lining up. So even though he is, you know, when I see this like in a conglomerate like that, this is him making the plans, moving forward with strength, but also taking into account what he's been through, okay? So as he goes into a new cycle, this is a new cycle. Remember, it's his solar return. Can't make the messages up, right? So the Wheel of Fortune is here. And he's, again, birthday coming around, new, you know, that life cycle coming in. You know, Wheel of Fortune is about karma. It's about destiny and, you know, expansion. And remember, expansion is already here with that Two of Wands in the upright, okay? So, and again, he's working with people, you know, a group, you know, someone else partnering to bring these visions and, you know, projects and opportunities to the forefront, okay? But it's good energy and good luck is here. You know, he has a energy of, not that he need more money, but just know that fortune is ahead and also change. Remember, Saturn is karma. And here it is right here. And it's in the upright. Okay, so he's moving forward in a great energy in this new cycle ahead of him, okay? Remember, Saturn is Chronos. Saturn is Father Time, okay? Karma. So, you know, Saturn brings rewards when you learn the lessons. Like you said, as he's going forward, he's looking back. And he's like, okay, this is what didn't work out. This was what was around me. You know, getting rid of all that and moving forward to the new, okay? Now, listen, with the Five of Swords, it's an energy of, you know, as he moves into this new cycle, he has to remember, okay, not just take into account the past things that, you know, took you back and took you down to your illness, but watching ahead, okay, and being on top of it with the conflicts of people that will try to bring a plot twist to your goodness, to your new energy space, okay? So any little situation or conflict that he could be experiencing, you know, this is the energy where with this new cycle, he's aware of it, guys. He's aware. That's why the visualization is here, charting the course, okay? Standing in the strength energy. Now, another thing too is when you do the Five of Swords, you're not playing by the rules. So we're going to see him again with this strength card. He coming in strong. He going against the grain. And any energy that was here to take him back, he's here to push forward through the conflict, okay? You can't make the messages up because the star card is here. And I asked to, you know, confirm this card, this Five of Swords, as I was asking when we didn't have a card base to that being like the, you know, the beginning of a new deck, right? But he's in a place of healing. And it's good to know, considering that it's right up under where we saw the challenges that he experienced, okay? When that star card is here, you know, it's the energy of something that he has been hoping and praying and wishing for. It's going to be granted. It's going to be a wish granted for him, okay? He is, again, standing in his purpose. And he's in a place of healing, guys. You know, and really, I can't make it up. I said we're going to see him being more spiritual in this energy. This card is about having faith and hope when you see that star card, okay? But he's also in an energy of contentment. And he ready for the BS. Anything that come against him, he's standing strong and he ready for the fight. All right? I love to see that about him. Thanks for whoever requested this, because this is really good to see, especially with the him coming into his solar return, which is right here in the cards, okay? Now, listen, this is we asking about, you know, what's ahead for him, his year ahead, his new cycle. With any cycle, you know, comes challenges. We can see it here, but he's ready for it, right? And so when you see this energy, this is about, he will at some point, you know, I don't know who he's in a relationship with, because it's private, right? He's a private person. So he has to really, really pay attention to, you know, running into a dead end with that. You know, he may reach a final chapter in a relationship that he has, you know, coming up in his new cycle ahead, okay? So, you know, if we do see him dating someone, he may have just also come to a dead end with somebody that he's been dating. And he may, you know, like you said, moving into a new cycle and moving into a new relationship, okay? But one thing that we do know is that he's very aware, okay? And he's standing on business as far as moving forward into this new chapter, this new cycle. It's almost like he's just dead and getting rid of everything that's over. Remember, the year of the 9. This is it. And the 9 is about completion. The final chapter right there. All right. He got the 3 of coins. All right. So that's the 3 of pentacles. It goes hand in hand again with what I said, the collaborations that he's going to be doing, the new projects, you know, the new opportunities that are coming his way, you know, and again, working on these projects and future planning ahead. Okay. He may even learn some new ways of doing things too. All right, guys. But he is going to have success in, you know, working together on something, a collaborative projects that we're going to see him move ahead. It could be new films. It could be, you know, new films that he may even be producing behind the scene. You get what I'm saying? He might be behind the camera this time instead of in front of the camera. All right. We're going to see some, you know, a lot of new ways of him doing things. And we also, again, may see him on the camera. So let's be happy to see that. And also might even get to see him sing more, which he has that gift, you know. This is the 6 of Cups. Again, this is about, you know, comforting connections, soulmate, you know, looking back on the past of his family and, you know, even children. He loves them so much, okay? And just really being thankful for the good things that are in his life. And I think this represents also, we just, you know, left the celebrating holiday of Thanksgiving. So this is where he's in a place of thankfulness, guys, okay? To share moments with family, okay? And again, if he ended a chapter with someone, the new chapter is a soulmate that's either coming in or someone that he's dealing with now in the new, all right? Lunar eclipse came out sideways, okay? So it's an energy. Remember, when we see, and then the other is solar eclipse. We do have an eclipse coming up at the top of the year, all right? So again, this aligns with final chapters at the end of this year. But remember, eclipses are all about timing. So it's good to see this card because it's like we see a little bit of him now, but we should be seeing more of him in the next 3 months, okay? And it's going to be a new cycle, a new Jamie that we see. And it's going to be really good, okay? Again, the endings that he is experiencing are necessary. And the divine is here. Again, I said it's a lot of spiritual energy happening in his life as he moves forward into his new chapter. And then it's also an emotional cycle ahead for him. So again, this new soulmate or, you know, relationship as he moves into the new is going to be something really, really good for him, okay? Now, when you see, then that's lunar. And when you see the solar, that, remember, that's about 6 months, okay? So within after that 3 month time and 6 month time, and you know, he's going to be tapping into some deeper inner truths, okay? Remember, solar eclipses bring big changes. And so in that energy, he will experience another cycle of transformation that'll bring new beginnings for him as well. And it will be a catalyst for change. So, you know, he'll have the opportunity of transformation several times coming up, you know, to release and bring in new. Got that Page of Wands, so news. We gonna hear. Y'all asked about news coming out for him, and it's definitely ahead, okay? You know, confidence, lucky self is that Page of Wands energy, guys, you know. I'm sorry. It's the energy of, you know, he just has to be careful when we hear news to make sure that he is standing in, again, continuing to stand in his strength, all right? Because like I said, he's headed into a new direction and finding new paths. So, you know, any self-limiting beliefs, it looks like he's going to be able to shake them, especially with that lunar and solar eclipse message there, you know? Remember, the news is about energetic, you know, powerhouse. And I mean, what a better way to describe Mr. Foxx, right? He's lovable. So his new plans are going to be charismatic and exciting and very creative. So we're going to hear some really good news about him being back on that big screen or any projects that he's working on that's going to be back in that energy in our faces, okay? He's definitely a free thinker and he has travel ahead, okay? Again, the moon here. So, you know, with that energy, more news will be coming out about him, okay? And like I said, he's in a different energy with that star card and strength. You know, he is in a spiritual energy, so he's going to be paying more attention to his dreams and any, you know, uncertainty that he has and deception. Again, when we saw that 5 of Swords and the 10, we know that it's going to come out and we're going to see. So we may hear some news about why this happened to him, that past situation of his illness or anything else that may have, you know, tried to, you know, be in a negative energy for him. Believe it or not, we may hear that, okay? This is his energy. This is who he is. It's interesting. King of Wands, you know, a natural born leader again. it's just a good phase for him ahead. Any challenges, he gonna be able to shake through them, okay? You know, he is the entrepreneur. He is charismatic, and he is getting things going. That's what we're talking about. And he has a lot of passion in it. He's definitely a visionary, okay? And very, very creative and savvy. And remember we said, well, what's ahead? What's ahead? Look, more money. More money. 6 of coins, okay? He's going to be giving and receiving, all right? It's in the upright. So it's going to be equal give and take, success on projects, but he's also going to share, take care of his family, take care of people that are in need. He's going to be doing a lot of good ahead. You know, that situation was an awakening for him, okay? That setback that he had. And in this place, he wants to do more and, you know, give, okay? I love to see that. And then it's funny because that Queen of Coins is here now. That could be who he might have, you know, even if he didn't end, maybe they may head into a new cycle. But if it is a new person coming in, they'll have that earth energy, all right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, his moon is in Taurus, and you can't get no better than the match of a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn match. That will be a soulmate. That matches right up with that 6 of Cups card. So a soulmate will definitely be coming in that he deserves. They'll be nurturing and caring and, you know, grounded and also prosperous or bring prosperity to him. That's good. Got that Ace of Wands here and the Ace of Coins. And, you know, it's like it doesn't get any better than that. You know, 2 aces. And that's what we're talking about. All about the new ahead for him. New creative projects, new money coming in, and projects that are going to be successful. And they're going to be very, very financially fruitful, okay? Again, the Ace of Wands also represents new passion for love and life. Remember, I just said he was thankful for what he came through, okay? And, you know, it's igniting a new fire in him, a new desire, okay? And this new connection or renewed connection after they get past a final chapter of endings of letting things go, it's going to be something really good. The chemistry is going to be so strong. You hear me? We may even see him get engaged. We'll just watch out and see in the year ahead. That Ace of Coins is that new offers and the new projects. They're going to be flourishing. And again, this also represents him meeting someone new. So again, that new could be that Queen of Coins, okay? But this is going to be stable, just like I said it would be. But he has a lot of abundance ahead, and the potential is endless, okay? That's real good. That answered like a lot of the questions all in one, right? I guess that's why all those cards fell out. And I really like this deck, y'all. This deck is super, super dope. And this is a new one. I'm going to keep using this one, okay? So, let's pull a few message cards for Mr. Foxx, okay? Let's see what's up. What's the tea, baby? Before we close out. So, we see he got a lot of new good things ahead, okay? No matter what has happened, he is ready. And it's brought upon a new perspective for him. So, I like to see that, right? Yeah, let's see what's up. Mr. Foxx, I like to see it, baby. Okay. Let's see. Let's do about 1, 3. And clear it out first. Mr. Jamie Foxx with his talented self. So talented. Let's clear it down. Let's see what's the tea got to say about him. Let's see. As we get on up out of here. That's the Jamie Foxx, baby. Okay. We're going to take it. Okay. Jamie. Okay. Okay, let's see. Any extra messages for him? Jamie. Okay. That's interesting. I always like to pull for the top and the bottom. It's the best one. Look, we said new projects. Here it is. Side hustle, multiple incomes, extra earnings, financial security. Always on the grind. Look, he's standing on business with his strength. Poker face, hiding true feelings, impossible to read. Emotionally detached, you'll never know. But to me, that represents that strength card, okay? He has catfish. Remember I said it's something coming up, and we'll see about it. Pretending to be someone else online, fake profile, deceptive images, not who you think I am. This could be somebody he meet online because the messages came up right here too, all right? So he gonna realize and be able to see that they full of shit. But look, we said messages will be coming out about him. You know, look for the next 3 to 6 months. Spilled tea, secrets exposed, gossip spreading, leaked information. Oops, it's out. So we're going to hear some things, but we do know that his projects are going to be very, very successful, self-made, independent success, overcoming odds, creating your own path, and built from nothing. And you remember he said he came from humble beginnings, so that backs that up, all right? Again, something that he may have ended, friend zone, platonic trap, unreciprocated feelings, stuck his friends like a sibling to me. So again, like I said, it looks like endings, but he's headed into new beginnings and new things, good things are coming. That catfish could represent that ghosted, sudden disappearance without explanation, left hanging, seen but ignored, abrupt silence. Remember I said, final chapter, something's ending, right? And it could not necessarily just be, it's somebody online. This could just be, you know, he realized that this wasn't the relationship for him, whatever he just might have ended, all right? DM slide, you know, unexpected flirtation, direct messages, testing the water, sliding into your inbox. The new one, baby, might just be, you know, but we do know new love is coming in, whether it is a direct message or not, all right? But we do know he got new love coming in or new renewed love, okay? So I would say his messages do match up. And look, even with that being on right there at the bottom, bag secured, achieving goals, mission accomplished, financial stability, got it on lock. And we said he got money coming. Look, money moves, can't make the messages up. So, hey, I think we got everything cut and dry for Mr. Foxx. Smart decisions, strategic investments, building wealth, and making my money work, all right? So, yeah, we're going to hear a few things about him. And it might be some things that might be like this. And there's going to be a lot of more things that's going to be like that. But in the gist of it, he is definitely headed into a new chapter that is really looking good for him in his solo return. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this. You know, happy birthday. Happy solo return to you, Mr. Foxx. Birthday coming up on the 13th. And of course, we always revisit things again. Any other questions that you got about him, when we come back, we can go over it. But we got a lot of readings ahead, y'all. So make sure that y'all check out the Kandi and Todd when I got up there. I did have Tori and Milagro. That should be answers for that tomorrow. Things with Kandi already starting to come out, even when I did it, like maybe 3, 4, 5 days ago. And check out Casino's reading, Future's brother. But we got a lot ahead because I'm going to be also popping in here with Sydney Sweeney, honey, and all the things that got to do with her. They said she didn't get along with Zendaya, and also, you know, with her dating Scooter Braun. So we'll get into that with her. And also, who else I did? Summer Walker, got to talk about that. Masika, honey, what a mess, okay? And we're going to get into a whole lot of, and we'll just do more even updates coming on tomorrow, Monday, because I know they'll have a verdict for Milagro. Also probably be hearing some more stuff about Kandi and Todd, because I can see it coming you know, through, and we just could touch base with everything. So just look out for your messages and just know I got your zodiac, all signs coming up, as well as the lucky numbers and all the things. So I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that like button, all right? And put your notifications on, because I'm coming. Love y'all. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys sooner than the next one, Soul Family. Thanks for watching the Common Corner Show. Peace and love, Soul Family, and I'll see you guys in the next one.